Oh, round and round we go. Wait, that was the last canto. Hey, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we continued a little bit further through the dungeon of Canto 7, fighting two different abnormalities in the Rose Hunter as well as the Herding Teddy Bear. And this time we will be getting to near the end, but we will not be getting to the very end. An internment for those who cannot abandon their desire. It's been a little bit since I have last been in here, but that'll be perfectly fine for us to deal with. Apologies if I do sound a little off. I have been a bit on the sick side lately. So, yeah. It's part of the reason why there hasn't been uploads. I did it! I had no idea something could taste so delicious! How do we even survive for so long without tasting something as delectable? How will we forget the sensation? Damn it! This Bloodfiends found us! They're grown by down out.
You! The blood we've spilled this far! We followed your trail of blood! I miss it so much! The day when we had our first accident at the Mancheland! The blood dripping from one of our guests! We crawled on our paws on the floor just to have a taste of it! Oh, the elation I felt then!
Yes, that's where it all began to fall apart. Very simple comment from Sancho. I believe these are the Carmilla Bloodfiends? Yes. Budding Bloodfiends, whatever. They inflict little Carmilla, which can be very dangerous to you. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Mostly for if you're doing solo. Little Carmilla really hurts. That's really the biggest pain with these Bloodfiends is little Carmilla. But, you know, besides that, they're not too difficult. They're manageable without. And there we go. Yeah, Criminal Bloodfiends, nothing too big to worry about. I say that they're not that big of an issue. We are not a very strong team right now. So, we kind of got our asses kicked. Which is, you know, not great. I believe this is another set of budding. So, Ishmael fucking died. But we'll deal with it. We will simply deal with it. Which area are you supposed to be a part of?
We are Bloodfiends who do not laugh. We're not a part of any area.
We're exiles to this prison and internment for those who cannot abandon their desires. Prison? Now, it feels familiar somehow. Doesn't this prison remind me of the containment units of Lobotomy Corp? Really? Then we have thus far encountered numerous sites of former L Corp logos. That's the reason that a Lobotomy Corp branch was constructed here upon the Mancheland ceiling. And where did the branch go? Maybe that in the wake of the Mancheland's reopening was cast to the earth below. Or perhaps this park of amusement has devoured it as the whale of the Great Lake has done. Albeit, it is but a dubitable theory of mine, but we are bereft of further requisite information to be certain. Such is all I have to say. It may be rather discouraging to hear words of such little substance of being left in the dark for so long. Faust nodded firmly to Yi-san's suggestion. Then,
Lady Sancho, you've returned to our side to deliver us. Do you not recognize me? We fought together in the Bloodfiend War. Together, we massacred multiple families of Bloodfiends.
I recognize you.
When you disappeared from this place with Father, and like always, we started a parade, like always, a parade full of many happy humans. Father wished to find the perpetrator, but how could he, when we were all in on it? Once we smelled blood, we were blinded to all other things, and the parade continued and continued and continued, and the martial life never closed. That's where I finally realized something, Lady Sancho. Even if we were to be punished for a long time for what we have done, we were happy at that moment, so much so that even eons of incarceration couldn't deter us. The second the blood touched our lips, we felt... Why have you forsaken us?
Felt life. Cat triggered the next move. Damn. That's unfortunate. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna redo the first 2 fights. Get through here and do a bit better. Not too bad. I switched over to the high show team, just 'cause it's doing better. And it just works out better. Tournament for those who cannot abandon their desire is next up. As we were in pursuit of Don Quixote, defeating any blood fiends that got in our way, a blade flashed from a dark corner, aiming straight for Don Quixote. With a flick of her fingers, she blasted the figure away, flinging the attacker to the ground. Why are they attacking Don Quixote? A familiar face we encounter. Well, what's up, boss doing here? Right? I thought they were staying away from the 3 main areas because they had a different mission for the rest of us. We supported the change in the launch line structure due to the influence of the Golden Bowels, which caused them to be swept among the Bloodfiends. Swept up? I gotta say, I never liked the guy, but seeing him like this. Dante, I know what you're about to ask. Kimio's been corroded. Maybe he's already using ego gears or ego gifts from the Lobotomy Corp branch. I can get from the presence of Paula, his companion. Corroded than, like, back at the basement of my home. A phenomenon of similitude occurring at the K-Corp. Pursues similar to ego, powers of which you cannot hope to withstand. Indeed, it may have been the case that he resorted to the use of ego to even the odds against the numerical disadvantage against the Bloodfiend Horde. Sacrificed himself for the battle, huh? Maybe as well that he simply tapped into a power he did not understand. Or I must say that he met an honorable death. Has been a valiant struggle to the end. A valiant struggle. Valiant. It's the one Don Quixote loved to use so much. Looked toward her with some vague hope. But she nonchalantly dusted off her clothes and walked away in complete disinterest. Let's hope and find peace. Or we could not do that. Brutally murder both Camille and Paula. Bunnings Vi Fixer, otherwise known as Paula. Kind of just progressively bumps up. Yeah. Again, also has the little Carmilla. As for the Budding Sync West, again, same sort of thing. You get some SP up. He's, honestly, this fight's not the most difficult thing in the world. Neither of them really are, like, the most dangerous of opponents. I could use an ego right now. It might not be a bad idea. I'll toss it a Stag Harpoon. I think the bind will help. I don't know how much, but I imagine that the heavy bind will be useful. It's unfortunate. I think Hongu's gonna get staggered next turn due to the Carmilla. Which sucks. Little Carmilla is a really annoying status. And okay, did not get staggered from it. Yet, at least. Yeah, neither of them are really doing too terribly much. We get favored on? Yeah, okay, let's do that. I think probably focusing Camille down is a little bit better. Paula's not terribly dangerous. She is more of a tank, but like, there's only so much that a tank can really do when against player character. And Snag Harpoon. passive. Like, right now, Paula can do a little bit more, but her roles are just easier to deal with, so that's not really an issue for us, like, at all. Ironically, probably an easier fight than the generics. It's because they don't inflict quite as much, little Carmilla. Now, Snack Harpoon's passive is something that is very, I feel like, inconsistent on its ranking. I personally really enjoy it, but I don't think it's generally rated as like a top tier passive. I enjoy it because like it kind of just makes sure of things a little bit more. Carmilla is a very useful ego gift in Mirror Dungeon. Not so much here, though. It's not the most useful thing in this because we don't have too many unfocused encounters left. As we create a launch land, Father told us that numerous rules would only shackle us, give us freedom to enjoy it in any way we wanted. For there was a singular rule he would never forgive us for breaking. That we mustn't hurt humans. Human bars can set our hunger. We can coexist with humans. So stay strong in this period of hardship. We shan't give up. We cannot give up. No syndicate shall ever dare invade thy village again after my demonstration of might. I already declared upon my arrival that no task is beyond us. Are you all kidding? Thank you so much, Don Quixote and Sancho. How can we pay? We don't have much money. Your running shoes look like you confess an express. Fire on thee! Our faces does not dole out justice based on promise of capital. Still, if thou truly wishes to, thou behold this flyer. But thee spread the word and invite thy fellows and families to this place. My most loyal squire, Sancho, shall present the better explanation. Oh, don't just stand there, Sancho. Say something! You're supposed to be my loyal assistant of sorts here. I refuse to speak in that manner. It's ridiculously juvenile. It is that very ridiculous juvenility that adds color to life, Sancho. Besides, how else will humans truly see us as just and venomous fixers otherwise? Still eludes me how this embarrassing manner of speech has anything to do with being a fixer. Right, let us try this again, yes? Hearken to me, Sancho, my loyal squire. Hark, verily, thou must relent no matter the hardship. Slow not thy running pace until thou arrivest at thy destination, though hidden it may seem. Perseverance shall see thee through. Through to the launch land of dreams and hopes. However, O venerated ancestor, the first kindred and our father, dear Don Quixote. I'm sorry. We could possibly live up to those knights in your tales. Nicolina the barber. When father's eyes lingered on us, he wasn't really looking at us. They gazed beyond where we stood, faraway lands. So we told him to go on an adventure so we still wish to embark on. We're supposed to love him, more so than anyone. I know, I love him too! I looked up to him, I praised him, I spoke of his greatness between my every breath. Do you think you are his only child? I am too! We all are of his noble bloodline. We've done us Filial Impiety. We smelled the conch upon our return to La Mancha land once our adventure was over. Yes, burning with wrath, he had sent upon La Mancha land amidst its festival to deliver swift retribution for our transgressions. But it was so much fun! The sense of satisfaction, that fullness! Father did not find it within himself to forgive us. We were prepared for that. That was exactly why we told him about the relic's whereabouts after all. Hold, Sancho. The legend of relic helped us remember Brino had so fervently sought us before us. We have the barber, the priest, and Dulcinea to thank for help to tell us of its whereabouts. But why? What is it? It's nothing. What is with that expression, Sancho? Is any of our adventure so truly disheartening? I must wonder how our family at La Mancha land fares. Those are fared quite well. They are kinder, gentler souls than most. Let us hurry back. Barry must be waiting for our arrival. She's always one step ahead of us. Sancho, you would have understood had he been there with us. The blissful, nearly ecstatic taste of human blood was such a long drought. Its flavor was madness. No, that was a horrible sight. How odd, though. Oh, you, who was our father's most loyal child, was the first to flee. I did not flee. Force rushing onto him to my feet and you must stand. You must continue the adventure in my stead. No. Let me fight with you. I'll fight by your side even if Wallow Body to lead you away from here. Stop walking! Stop walking! No! I don't want to leave! I don't! Why do you refuse to obey me? Please, please, I don't want an adventure! Stop! Please! Please, Rocinante. Don't take me away from here. So that's what happened. That's why our father was so weakened.
I cannot see even a trace of you anywhere within the Manchegan when it has settled. I always stuck him like glue, glaring at us with that haughty, condescending look whenever we approached. No thought to condescend you. This lies! You never wore the clothes I made for you! Why are you looking at me like that? It's disgusting, isn't it? We've become so hideous, haven't we? And I saw every bloodfiend's face here. You're doing? Of course it was! Who else amongst you managed this intricate needlework? I sewed the masks into the face needle by needle so they could be happier, so they could be more flamboyant, so that we never have to take them off again. What I want to know, what happened here at Lamont during my 200 years of absence? What we found at the end of my adventure is no relic of legend. It's a cursed relic. It must have been your plan all along. To find your father was so terrifying and so unnatural to us. You need to be gone for a while. Suppress that natural revulsion. Was that the only way you could scrounge up the courage to rebel against him? How long do you seriously think Lamont Land had left? Rebellion? Defiance? It was something so simple. Oh, you were daydreaming, prancing around with that naked white moon. We were dying a slow, painful, unbearable death. Oh no, a bloodfiend won't die so easily, he would say. No, we don't. That existence is so different from death. There's no meaning to life without human blood. Nothing! No tomorrow to look forward to, nothing to spark our happiness. Still, we had to laugh, because we were bound to love our father. For 200 years, we laughed and laughed! When all I ever wanted was to live as the Bloodfiend should. Enough. She won't ever understand this. Besides, our father was finally woken up from his delusions and came to his senses. Clearly from that look on your face, your adventure wasn't very fulfilling, was it? I always prefer that naive look from earlier. I still hated your eyes twinkling or not, but at least they were bearable to look at. What do you mean our father woke up from his delusions? When you embarked on your long-awaited journey of dreams, astride Roshnante, we remained trapped here with father. Of course, he was furious with us, who failed to see as he did. Thus he sealed the Manchegan away. And nothing but 200 years of darkness for me. Even as we use the power of the relic to prevent our natural law, to suppress our taboo, you'll never understand the pain of having to stake our own father's chest. You remember? That priest, the fool, tried to kill himself! Tears streaming down his face, bawling! You have no idea how funny that was. A punishment we deserved. We have not only gone against our father's wishes, but also committed the capital sin of bringing him harm. Were we really that wrong? 200 years here within the Manchegan we had nothing. Bloodfiends resorted to digging through dirt for rotting beast carcasses. I was trapped in here with nothing but their anguished cries, seeking death over this torturous existence. And cries of mad laughter to despondent wailing. Get out of my way. I must talk to myself. You who abandoned us and fled astride of Roshnante, now you wish to talk to him. For that we actually don't have the fight against the Bloodfiend trio yet. There's a couple more fights in between. But whatever. I don't think these ones have. Do these have? I don't think these have. Yeah, they don't have Little Carmella anymore. So I'll just cut past this. Honestly, I just feel like Hierarch Ishmael's just not that good. I don't know, she just keeps dying. Part of it's just, you know, not great in focus encounter, or on focus encounter. Quiet, huh? But it's not such a peaceful place. Even now they're observing us. There will be more wars. After the war of humans Bloodfiend, I mean. I can see it. The war against the nebulae beyond the outskirts is all but friction. Humanity's inability to find satisfaction is very hunger that leads to war. It is inevitability. Look at me, talking me off of someone who's about to forget everything. I know I said this already, but let me say it again. You won't remember anything once you drink from this river. Me, your father, your family, all the stories we've shared, including this very conversation. I know. Once you drink the water, I will lead you to the place where you will reside. It's not a abandoned lighthouse not far from here. It's unlikely that anyone will find you there. Okay. So that's it then. But how will you live on? I don't know. I've lost everything. And now I prepare myself to lose even the remnants of what once was? Do you think that question means anything to me? You ask a question better asked once I slumber. Once I drink the river's water. Leave me. Thank you, Barry, for everything. But the river merely made me forget my instincts as a Bloodfiend. Did not free me from them forevermore. Because we are forever bound to our base natures.
Through my father's Roshnante, I could hide every aspect of blood fiendhood from the rest of the world. But it only left me drifting in a ridiculous dream. Now I'm awake, bare feet. Yes, thus it reopens. This La Mancha land. What happened here? Tale as old as time. You cannot forgive me, and I cannot forgive them in turn.
Open the gates. Father Don Quixote, please, don't leave us here in the dark. Forgive us.
Still, refuse to share my will. Do you still fail to understand? La Mancha land must remain sealed forever.
Then we have no choice. I want to feel happiness again. It's your turn, priest.
Forgive not our sins, O venerated ancestor, our father in blood. And please, please...
Do now stab him! Forgive us? No, please save us. If you won't, we'll make you suffer with the rest of us.
Yeah, not a great time for all these blood fiends. Like, obviously you don't necessarily, like, feel good for them, but you kind of just feeling sorry for them. The fate of the afflicted. Pop in something like that. No, I'm just not going to include those two very underleveled units. For 200 years, they tortured you, my father. It is not their fault, Sancho. The sin is mine to bear. The sin of dreaming an impossible dream.
You won't ever understand our unimaginable suffering. Can't be that oblivion took even your instincts as a blood feed away. I've paid being deprived of blood for 200 years. I'll be having to stab my own father with thousands of sticks.
But then, Nat's door prayers arrived. And the heavens cascaded a light most warm.
Warmer than the light that was forever taken from us. Gentler than the last lemmings of a son of the human.
Son.
Families from... No, what should any of that matter? Family, elders, all those meaningless concepts washed away by 200 years of pain. But I do know that it saved us from this torturous hell. That's when the mountain land opened once again.
It pains me terribly to see you in such dire straits, my relatives. You all look absolutely terrible.
Night so warm. Throat dry. Thirst.
Now, wake up, everyone. Was prepared to greet our guests?
Guests?
Yes, guests. Yes, who are willing to supply their fresh blood for all of you.
Blood. I yearn for blood.
So get a wardrobe change and freshen up. Let us start the festival louder, more flamboyant than before. And have to captivate our new guests forever here. This great first kindred. Father of Manchegan Bloodfiends, Don Quixote. Have you any idea how sad the other elders would be to see the state you are in? Such warm glow. What nature of light is this? It is the light of a golden bough. It will take root deep, deep within your heart, taking your desires, your subconscious as its nutrient. Hunger. The bough which your last child will one day come to claim from you. I am now bound forever to this place, Sancho. That is best for the Mancha land, best for my family, my responsibility as their father. There once was a time when you would rather choose death over causing harm to humans. You cannot defy our nature, Sancho. It's simply what we are. Not even you, left you to explore the world, an adventurer striving Shnante. It's fated to return here now at the Bloodfiend. Many humans will loathe and abhor our very existence. But my children must feed on their blood and find true happiness here in La Mancha land, where there is only laughter. Thus, dear Sancho, what have remained here with the rest of us? Be with us who are cursed with the same sickness that ails you. And you're happy with the starry state you're in? Can't you see that I'm no longer the only one with a claim to my body? It must be used for the good of my children who await salvation, protection amidst this terrifying world of misfortune.
Father, the guests who accompany Sancho here are here to lay destruction upon La Mancha land. We'll kill them and feed you their blood. You remember well, don't you? Blood untainted by pathetic begging and struggling, the blood of those who bravely seek to kill us boils much, much hotter.
Indeed, my children, you all speak true. Then please, kill them and lead the Mancha land once again to the Festival of Dreams. So we get to the Bloodfiend trio. This is generally considered one of the hardest fights in the game. What even is the music for this, is it? Oh, okay. Dulcinea and the barber, Nicoletta, have the same passes. We've never fought the priest before. So, He does a lot of self-damage, or self-bleed, I should say. Again, they are pretty similar to Pekod Trio, where Dulcinea is your Ahab, Nicoletta is your Starbuck, and Cumbriano, I think it is your Key Keg. Once again, Dulcinea will use Walk with Grace and Move with Beauty to buff up you. I think she always goes for Barber, or not for Barber. I think she always goes for Priest, which again I'm not complaining about. That is very good for us if she decides to go for Priest. Who's that going after? That is going after Ryoshu. We'll Red Eyes open. Just pop that immediately. Think will be a not bad idea, not necessarily a good idea, I won't say, but a not bad idea at the very least. We do have to be aware of unbreakable coins. There are quite a few in here. It does suck to be a decent bit below 0 on our sanity right away. But Red Eyes Open does have a pretty good passive, to be fair. And not much damage to the Priest. Okay, not bad, not bad. Just as with Pekod Trio, you want to take care of the attacker first. Barber is very dangerous. Nicoletta can do a lot of damage. Objectively speaking, Dulcinea is probably the biggest problem, but she just has more health than Nicoletta, so a little bit more on the wary side about her. Struggling on all of those. We do have a couple of neutrals, so we can hit those. And this is a very tough fight. I could prevent a buff, but I don't think I necessarily want to. I think right now I want to focus on taking Nicoletta down. Just because, again, she can do a lot of damage. She inflicts a lot of bleed, and bleed is really the main problem. Jesus Christ, we got so unlucky with that. Bleed is really the biggest problem when it comes to fighting against the Bloodfiends. The damage that they inflict themselves can be significant, primarily with Dulcinea. The finale is, of course, a very strong move. But the main thing that we're worried about is the bleed. I'll cut you together is a bit scary. Honestly, I might end up just trying to focus her down right away. What is Ryoshu's chance to... It's a neutral. Yeah, we'll go with that. Go there. Yeah, something along those lines. We have the resources to use a fluid sac. Yeah, we should stagger Nicoletta. I'm going to use the fluid sac. Sadly, we don't get the heads to get the extra SP heal. We only get the plus 10 SP. But we stagger Nicoletta, which is what we really want. We also do finally get Ryosho into positive sanity. That's another big thing. I'll have Roja retreat next turn, I think. And we're going to aim to take out Barber this next turn. Parade of Wonders, bit on the scary side, but I think it's something that we can deal with without too terribly much issue. Honolulu could be in a bit of trouble, but not much, I don't think. Yeah, we'll have Ishmael retreat this turn, swap in Otis, and then next turn we'll have Roja fall back. Damn. There we go. Much better that time around. We do take a hit, but fall back perfectly fine as the finale comes out for the first time in this fight. We'll have you set to retreat. Dimension Char's now got the worst odds. Cavernous Wailing. What does Lane of Illusion have on odds? Favorable. What if we go suddenly one day? Yeah. And for you, I think we go Honolulu. Yeah. Cursor Butcher Blade for subbing in. Do some solid damage there. Ooh. Unfortunate. Honolulu's gonna get staggered from the finale, which is a shame. At least hit the suddenly one day, which is not bad. I mean, we've already did a lot of damage because of that, but we'll also pop in the retreat. Oh, only one turn? Damn. I forgot that she comes in, that she has priority. That she retreats to the front of the line, rather. Oh no, you just happen to be targeting there. Dulcinea is the second biggest threat. Honestly, Priest isn't that dangerous. Kuriambro is pretty easy to deal with. Like, you can fairly reliably ignore him, for the most part. He doesn't do too much damage. Yeah, I mean, 20 damage on that one. It'll hurt a bit, sure, but we can still deal with it. We get 2 free attacks from Jia Ishmael. Zichunmail. And, whew, got a little bit lucky on that. I suppose more so it's a bit not unlucky. Yeah, I'm gonna focus down Dulcinea next. Ow! That was someone staggered. I heard the sound of someone getting staggered. And I don't know whomst. Looks like Ishmael staggered. Ishmael and Otis, I think that is. Yeah. Which is a bit scary for us. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I think we just let the hit go on to Gregor. He can take a couple. Unless we... Yeah, we have good chance to win that. Yeah, and then we can go something along those lines. We're gonna refuel a little bit. Dulcinea is definitely our biggest problem right now. Faust is staggered. Again, the bleed damage is really what ends up getting you with these. Next time Honglu takes a hit, he's staggered. So next time that Dulcinea uses one of her AoEs, which is probably this turn. Yeah, Parade of Wonders. We're not going to be able to do enough damage there. Who's in next? Okay. Oof. Some high damage there. We'll attack on that. We'll then go... Oof. Who's that attacking? How Bountiful is going after... Ishmael, I think. Yeah. Going into Ishmael. That was a 27. It's because she has too much bleed, I think. No? Never mind, it's just... That's just really strong. Yeah, we'll snag Harpoon. Make sure not to attack any of the unbreakable attacks with that, so we're gonna have to still use the combo attack, which actually does stagger Dulcinea. That's huge. Stagger on Dulcinea is massive for us. And do we also stagger Priest? That's a good question. Yes, we do. We're still going to focus entirely on Dulcinea. So... including the path, Curse Writ, burn away every last drop, and then Crimson Phoenix. I don't think we have enough to kill, though. Hong Lu can't do a retreat. I could Tears of the Tarnished Blood on Hong Lu. And I think Dulcinea might still survive. Yeah, Dulcinea's gonna live this turn. Not by much. 66 HP is not bad. 63. Whatever. And clashable counter. And we're gonna Tears of the Tarnished Blood. I could just let Greg go down. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna let Gregor go down. Or at least take a bunch of hits. Yeah, taking up the How Bountiful will be the best move for us. Luckily, Dulcinea has not got much HP left. Perfect. Jesus! You're fucking minus 18, dude. Alright, well, that's fine. That brings in Thumb Merceau, and yeah, once you're down to just the Priest, this is not a terribly difficult fight. Priest by himself is pretty... well, Priest just in general. Kuriambro's not the biggest threat in the world. He's very easy to deal with. I actually don't know if Tears of the Tarnished Blood can stagger yourself. It cannot. Cool. God damn. Especially with us having a couple people left, I'm not worried at all. We're always getting at least a couple of unopposed attacks into Priest. So, there's no issues there. And damn. He didn't flip heads on that. Jeez. He is getting really lucky with his coin flips. Like, he's just not hitting tails, despite being at sub 50%. Yeah, that'll work. Bam. There we go, now he's finally staggered. I entirely forgot about that. I very easily could have avoided him getting staggered, but whatever. It's fine. Otis takes a big hit. Which is a shame, but... like, we are... actually, is that... I don't know. Mao Otis and Mao Ryoshi look so similar. As in, they're basically the same thing. I believe, yes, this might be the first time we're actually using the enhanced skill 3 for Malfaust. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest, but... ah, well. Stagger, and he will go down with this attack. That would way better than I expected. I'm surprised that that didn't go horribly. Regardless, that will do it for this time. Next time, we'll have the carousel. And then after that, we'll be finishing up the dungeon. But until then, see you guys later.